Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Computer Era. So this is tutorial number 9. In this tutorial I'll be talking about the loop and loop controls in Java. This is the basic concept which you have to learn about the loop, because whenever you have to do the looping concept and you have to implement it in a program, definitely you need to understand this tutorial very much. So keep watching till the last, because in this tutorial I'll be telling you each and every loop, their programming concept, their implementation, each and everything. So first let us look what is loop. When we talk about the loop, the very simple definition that comes out of the loop is a loop statement allows us to execute a statement or a group of statement multiple times. What does loop statement allows us to execute a statement or a group of statements multiple times? It means whenever loop is here, suppose you have to write, let me take an example and then you have to make it clear to you. If you want that you have to write a program to print a programmer 10 times. If then for that you have to write system.out.println and then hi, I am a programmer. You have to write it 10 times. So that 10 line has been reduced to a single 3-4 lines just with the help of a loop statement. So loop statement, it is providing you to execute a statement or group of statement multiple times. This is what loop exactly does. It improves the program complexity, it improves the performance of the programs. So let's see and what are the types of loop and how are they implemented in a program. Before that we need to understand what is exactly the flow of loop within a program. The general form of flow diagram that of a loop is like this. So here you can see that a statement over here starts from the statement and move over here, check for the condition. If the condition is true, it moves again to the conditional code and it executes the conditional code. It will again continue if the statement is true, but if the condition is false, it will automatically come out of the statement, come out of the conditional box. So this is what exactly a general form of a loop statement in all the programming language mostly. So let's see what are the types of loop and how their programming implementation. So when we talk about the loop, the first one that comes to our mind is while loop. So while loop, let's understand what is while loop, what is the syntax of while loop, what is the flow diagram of a while loop, and how it can be implemented in a program. I'll be taking an example to show you that how while loop work in a program, and that same program I'll be going with a for loop, and that same program I'll be going with the do while. So you can see the difference, how the while is there, how for is there, and how do while is there, how they are making the differences. So when we talk about the while loop, the definition of a while loop comes is like that. A while loop statement in a Java programming language repeatedly executes the target statement as long as a given condition is true. Yes, of course, when we talk about the syntax of a loop, while, boolean expression, and then the statements that is written within the while block. If we look over here, if this condition is true, this statement over here, it will be executed. The number of times it will be true, it will be executed. But if it is false, it will automatically come out of the loop. So let's see the flow diagram of the while loop. The flow diagram of the while loop will be like this. This is a condition. If the condition is true, the code block will be executed. And again it will check for the condition. If it is true, block will be executed. But if the condition is false, it will come out of the while loop, while block. So let's see the programming concept and let's see the programming implementation, how this can be implemented in a programming. So when we talk about the programming concept, I have written a program using while. So you can see over here, I have taken a class as while. Since I am telling you about while, so I have taken it as while. I have initialized x variable with 10. So I'm not now checking the condition that I was talking about, the boolean expression. It is a boolean expression. It is the condition over here, it will be checked and it will print the value of x, and then it will again increment the value of x by 1, and then it will print one single line. But if it is false, it will come out of the loop and see what does it will print, that I am out of the while loop. So let's execute it and see what we are getting the output. So while we are executing the program, so here you can see we have initialized the variable with 10. The first value that it will be printing 10, since it is less than 20, the condition is true. So the condition is true, it will take over here, and again x will be incremented by 1. It will again move to the conditional area, and it will check for that. It is 11, yes. It is also less than 20 till 19. So here you can see 19 is less than 20 till there the condition was true, so value of x is equal to 19. But the moment x was incremented to 20, the condition became false and it came out of the while block, and you can see what it has printed: I am out of while loop. So this is basically what while loop means. So the next loop that comes to our mind is for loop. What is for loop? How is the syntax of a for loop appears to you? Yes, an enhanced version of a for loop is also there after the Java 5. I'll be also talking about that. So firstly, let's see what is for loop and what is the syntax of a for loop, what is the flow diagram of a for loop, and how it is implemented in a program. So let's move. A for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to be executed a specific number of times. So see here what it means. For loop, suppose if you have to repeat a sentence, you have to repeat a sentence number of times. So for loop is the best one to be implemented. So the syntax of a for loop is like this: initialization, yes, you have to do the initialization, and boolean expression, yes, condition over here, you will be giving a condition over here, and then you will update the value, and if the condition is true, it will execute the statement and it will move to the update area. So let's see the flow diagram, how it is being implemented. Yes, I was talking the first part, that is initialization. Yes, initialization is being done over here. The condition, if the condition is true, it is moving to the code block, and then it is moving to the update area, that is increment or a decrement, whatever you have to do. That it is again moving to the condition area, again code block if it is true, but if it is false, it will come out of the loop. So this is the general form of the for loop, the flow diagram of a for loop. It will be very helpful for you to understand the for loop. So let's see the programming implementation of a for loop. The programming implementation of a for loop is as, so I have taken a class as a for, last time I had taken a while, so here I have taken a for since I am talking about the for loop. So here you can see for int x is equal to 10. This is the initialization that I had told you. This is the initialization. Here it is the condition, what you were writing in a while, and then boolean expression, and here is the update or increment, what you have to say. So here it will be executing the same program, the last one, that is while loop. If you look at a while, here you can see this is the initialization, this is the condition, and this is the increment. And if you are going to look at a for, this is initialization, this is condition, and this is the increment or update value, you can see. General form of a for loop. So let's execute it. We'll get the same output as we were getting in the while, because the same program has been implemented with the for loop. So here you can see 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So as long as the condition is true, it is there in the for loop. The moment it becomes false, it will automatically come out of the for loop, since this is what for loop is. So this was a for loop, and last time I had talked about a while loop. So the next one that comes to you, do while loop. So now you must be thinking, last time I studied while loop, now it is do while. Yes, there is a difference between while and do while. While is a top tested, while do while is a bottom tested. Yes, it means if while will execute only if the condition is true, but do while has to execute one time at least. So let's see the difference. Let's see the difference between while and do while. See the definition of a do while, syntax of a do while, their programming implementation, and the flow diagram. When we talk about a do while is similar to the while loop, except that a do while is guaranteed. So let's read this line very carefully. A do while loop is guaranteed to execute at least one time. Yes, here you can see, if you are going to look at the syntax of a do while, do the statement that has to be executed, and while the boolean expression. Yes, do, and it will execute the statement for the first time, then it will go for the condition check, and if it is true, then it will go for the next time, otherwise it will come. So at least one time has to be executed. So here you can see the flow diagram of a do while. Do, the code block that has to be executed, then condition, if it is true, it moves to the code block, condition, if it is false, it comes out of the for do while loop. So do while has to be executed one time. So let's see the programming implementation. The same program I'll be writing with the help of a do while. So this is example of a do while. So here you can see this is the initialization part, here it is a conditional part, and here it is update or increment or decrement, whatever you have to say, it is increment. So it will execute one time at least, whether it is condition is false, whether it is condition is true, because the first time it will execute these statements. The moment it will come over here, the condition, if it is true, it will move to this area, but if it is false, it will come out of the do while loop. So let's run it, we'll get the same output. If you are going to see it, yes, 10 the first time, second time, third time, till the moment the condition is true, it is being executed. So here you can see, let's change a difference, and I'm writing here 10. So if you are going to see that 10 is less than 10, this condition is automatically false, but it will execute for the first time because it will print the 10 value. So here you can see 10, it will print. And then it came over here, it incremented the value, then it came over here and it checked the value, and then it moved to the statement. The statement was false, so it didn't move to the further area, and it moved the next time 11 or 12 or 10. So this is a do while. It means the loop will execute one time at least, and if you are going to do the same difference, change the same difference in a while loop, I'm going to change it. So see here you can see I'm writing over here 10. So here you can see it will not print, and it will directly come out of the while loop since the condition is true false at the first time only. So here you can see it is printing I am out of while loop because the condition was false at the first time, but what you got while you were doing with the do while, you got that it was executed for the one time at least. So this is the difference between while and do while. You must be clear with this concept. So the next thing that comes to your mind when you are working with the loop, it may go infinite when you have not set the condition, or suppose if you want to break that condition or break that loop after a particular statement or after a particular iteration, or if you want to continue, or if you want to skip some part of that. There are two basic control statements that can be implemented in a loop, which will basically control the loop. So let's see what are the two loop control statements and how are they controlling the program. If we are talking about the break, the two loop control statements are break and continue. Break says that it terminates the loop or a switch statement and transfer the execution to the statement immediately following the loop or a switch. Yes, it will terminate the loop at that moment wherever you have written the break. And continue, it causes a skip. So I'll show you the flow diagram both, and I'll show the programming implementation of both, then you will be very much clear with the things. So if you are seeing the flow diagram of a break, so here you can see conditional code. This is a condition, but I have written a break within that conditional code and a condition. The break, wherever it reads the first statement as a break, it will stop the execution, it will stop the iteration, and it will come out of the loop. So next one, that is continue. So it will go for the continue conditional code. It will check over here and then continue. If it reads a statement as a continue, it will skip that part and it will again move to the conditional area direct, and it will execute if the condition is true or false. This is what about break and continue. Let's see the implementation of both. This is example of a break. So here you can see, yes, don't worry about this because last time I have just told you the for loop. It is the enhanced version of loop. I'll be telling you just after this control break and continue. So see here, I have taken an array of integer type and 10, 20, 30, 40 as a fifth. The moment it gives 30, I have taken a condition if x is equal to 30 break. At that moment that loop will be terminated and it will come out of the loop. So let's execute the things. So if you are executing the things, it is 10 and 20. Only two values have been printed because after 30, 40 and 50 was also there, but the moment it got 30, it break the statement, it break the loop, and it came out of the loop. This is what exactly break means. And when we are talking about the continue, so here you can see the continue. I have just written over there break instead of a break. I have written a continue. So you will see that 30 will be skipped and the output will be 10, 20, 40, 50. So let's run it. So when you are running it 10, 20, 40, 50, this is the actual output what you were getting when you were applying the break. After 30 the loop was not executing, but here what you got in the case of a continue 10, 20, the 30, wherever it got 30, it skipped the part and it will move to the conditional part, and then again it is executing after that. This is what the difference between break and continue. What I had written for int, x integers, what I had written numbers, what it was all about the enhanced for loop. So let's see what is enhanced for loop, the syntax of enhanced for loop. So the syntax of enhanced for loop is like this: the declaration and then expression and the statement that you want to execute within the for loop. So let's see the programming implementation of the enhanced for loop. After Java 5 it has been implemented, so let's see the programming implementation. This is example of enhanced for loop. So here you can see that number is a integer array and name is a string array I have taken. Here you can see it will be executing, and numbers till the number length, the condition is till the length of the condition, that is length of the array, it will execute till there. In the same way the condition of the length of the array of name, it will execute. So if you are going to run the things, you will get all output, because here the expression is name itself says till the length of the array. So let's see output. Here you can see the number array is giving you 10, 20, 30, 40, and the string array is providing you James, Larry, Tom, Lassie. So this is the enhanced for loop. Yes, writing that for loop and enhanced for loop has some advantage that has been implemented over here. That's why after Java 5 this has been implemented. This was all about the looping concept. This was all about the looping concept. I hope you all liked it. Thank you for watching. Hit subscribe button if you are a new user, and do like and do comment. And if you have having any doubt regarding any of the loop or till now whatever video I have uploaded, definitely you are free to ask any of the concept. Thank you friends.